Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Tonight's discussion will be pertaining to the many lives and rumors of Monica Sherrod, the caretaker of the decedent Cash Gernon and his twin, Carter Gernon. And also the discussion will be pertaining to why has there not been an arrest for Darian Brown on the murder charge. That is the sad information for this live. There's a lot of rhetoric, hype, innuendos, assumptions pertaining to what took place in that said house. We don't have video footage of any other said crimes inside of a house except for an abduction of a child. If we are to believe that Darian Brown, 18 years of age, is the sole abductor of Cash Gernon and also the murderer of Cash Gernon. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Crystal, for joining me. Lisa, dime a dozen. Thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and get into the live. I don't want to waste any time with any information. There's a lot of hoopla running on social media pertaining to Monica Sherrod, the caretaker of the child, the decedent. She's a mother. She's a caretaker of two twins who were left by their father because he went on the run. And I'm going to bring you said information to show you that she was not someone that should be taking care of children. Everyone has a past. Everyone has done wrong. Everyone is flawed. But I don't think this is a person that should be taking care of anybody's child, let alone her own. As I state, there are many rumors floating around. I went to Facebook briefly a little while ago just to see what I could find, just basically on her and any updates with anything she's had to say, because I watched another YouTuber's content tonight that was, he's more into Illuminati theories and this and that. I'm not into any of that type of business, but his main theory is that he doesn't believe it's all on Mr. Darian Brown. That I do agree with. So I'm going to put on these focals and I'm going to read you said information pertaining to Monica Sherrod. Thank you for joining me. Excuse me. Monica Sherrod, Monica Marie Sherrod, who has been deemed two different ages, 35, 39. Birthday 12/26/85. So if we can count whatever age you want to put her at. Charge 7/24/2012, 359th Judicial District Court, adult felony filed by indictment, possession of controlled substance disposed. 1/11/2016, 435th Judicial District Court, adult felony filed by information, possession of controlled substance disposed. Whatever that means. Charge number 3, 1/11/2016, same day, 435th Judicial District Court, adult felony filed by information, possession of controlled substance. Charge number 4. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Well, there's 5 charges, excuse me. I'm on, let's see. There was 1/7/24/2012, possession of a controlled substance. 1/11/2016, possession of a controlled substance. 1/11/2016, possession of a controlled substance. 2/7/2019, filed in 359th Judicial District Court, adult felony, possession of a controlled substance disposed. 5th charge, 7/19/2019, 9th Judicial District Court, adult felony filed by information, fraudulent possession of items of identifying information. What in the hell that is, I do not know. I won't doubt that it's fraud, but it's all felonies, 5 felonies. Dating number 1, July 24th, 2012, 1/11/2016, 1/11/2016, 2/7/2019, and July 19th, 2019. And this woman has charges in 3 different courts. 359th Judicial Court, 435th Judicial Court, and 9th Judicial District Court. She has 2 charges in 359th Judicial Court and 2 charges in 435th Judicial Court. Those are both on the same day, January 11, 2016. 5 charges, all felonies. And that is the woman who was taking care of these said children. How about that? Many rumors circulating. People asking on Facebook, was the murderer Monica's boyfriend? Were both boys being molested? And I'm going to say allegedly because we do not have any verification that the children were molested or that Cash Gernon was molested, because that is a very heinous charge to assume on a person, put on a person without any proof, and also to be accused of murder with no proof. The respondent says, no, the murderer was a friend of the older son, and we are unaware of if both boys were being molested. The other twin is with CPS now. I'm in shock, just like everyone else, but everything will blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's he said, she said. Running on Facebook. Lots of rumors on Facebook pertaining to Miss Sherrod. There's rumor number 1 that she had a relationship with the defendant, Darian Brown, 18 years of age, black male. She is a Caucasian female, allegedly 39 years of age. Some say 35. I don't know what is the truth pertaining to this woman. I just read you 5 salacious counts of felonies pertaining to this woman from 2012 to 2019 in her government name, Monica Marie Sherrod. On Monday, February 4th, 2019, at about 3:50 p.m., Lieutenant W. Gladden of the Montgomery County PCT 2 Constable's Office made a traffic stop of a vehicle he observed speeding on River Plantation Drive. The driver was identified as Monica Marie Sherrod, and she advised her driver's license was currently suspended. Upon confirming this information through the state, Sherrod was arrested for driving while license suspended, with 1 previous conviction for the same offense. That is not the offense that I just mentioned, to my knowledge. If so, I stand to be corrected. Upon inventorying the suspect vehicle due to the arrest, a purse was found which contained a syringe with methamphetamine, quotation, meth in it. With this discovery, the assistant district attorney on call stated that the arresting charge would be changed to possession of a controlled substance. Sherrod was arrested, charged, and booked into the Montgomery County Jail for possession of a controlled substance, 1 gram of state jail felony. That is one of the charges that I just read to you. The last one that occurred in 2019. This charge was on February 4th, 2019. And as I state, 3 separate judicial courts has her government name attached to possessions of a controlled substance. So that means this heifer has been busy with the dope. Shut your mouth. All public information coming from Facebook. If you put in her name in Facebook, this is the said information that comes up under her name in Dallas, Texas. There are mugshots of her to prove she has been incarcerated. Striped outfits. Many of you feel like assume she was under the influence during her Daily Mail interview. She seemed aloof during the interview with the Daily Mail. Thank you all for joining me. Was she under the influence while taking care of these children? I don't have information or any facts. If I get it, that said information, I will bring it to you. This is atrocious. But as I state, everyone is entitled to due process. She has not been charged with any crimes pertaining to this death of this child, kidnapping of this child, or any new drug charges that I know of. And if I get any of that information, I will bring it to you. But as I stated, many of you felt like she was doped up during the interview with the Daily Mail. Now we find out she does have a past with using methamphetamines. And then the last charge I brought you was in 2019, which is now coming up 2 years. But she obviously has been a busy bee. Somebody decided to post all this to social media. Another arrest photograph of Miss Sherrod. One I showed you, she's in stripes. That one, regular clothing. Another arrest photo. Miss Monica Marie Sherrod, caretaker of the twin boys, Carter and Cash. Cash, who is no longer living. The said documents that I read to you all can be found on social media. All charging documents. Visible on Facebook. If you need verification for where I got this information. The so-called bedroom that you all think is so clean and gorgeous looking. It is a makeshift room off the back of the house, side of the house, whichever. But it doesn't look like a room that I would deem just vainglorious for a child. It looks like palm trees and grass curtains put up to the wall. Stains are on the wall. The carpet is brown. It is dirty, nasty. Ceiling, nasty. These are dirty sheets or some type of sheet hanging from the wall. That's for you, Miss Gypsy, since you think they were living in such a clean environment, wherever you are. You think that's such a clean environment for these children. Soiled curtains hanging up, makeshift sheets, dirty carpet. That's at least 3 different sheets and curtains hanging up. Why? But the house is so clean. The room that they shared, the children. Yeah, okay. Yes, the walls are filthy. Hello, Benny Keys. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Okay, trying to read this incident report. Make sure I get the date on here correct. Let me see. This report has her at 35. I'm assuming this is the report of the break-in that took place. It's on social media. If you need verification, log on to Facebook. Said document of the complaint, burglary. I'm assuming this is the complaint. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm reading anymore. It says complaint information. Sherrod Monica, home address 7527 Florina Parkway, Dallas, Texas. Address, business address, none. White, sex, female, age 35. Offense, description, burglary, breaking and entering. Burglary, habitation. Entry method, NA. Burglary habitation, NA. Entry area, NA. Entry point, NA. Offense location, 7527 Parkway. Apartment, NA. Premises, single family residence, occupied. Property attack code, none. I don't even know what I'm reading. Dates of occurrence, NA. Status, open. Follow-up, NA. Family violence, NA. UCR, DISP, NA. Don't even know what that means. Investigator assigned, 7455. Special report, NA. Weather, NA. Gang activity crime, NA. Follow-up, NA. Family violence, NA. Officer information, 7455. Somebody doesn't like her. They have made sure to post all this public information to Facebook Thursday at 11 p.m. I'm assuming this is the from the Dallas Police Department. This is the public records of I'm assuming, of the breaking and entering of Darian Brown breaking into this said house. My head hurts. Oh, Jesus help me. As you all see, she has a drug problem or had a drug problem. As I state, I didn't read anything new of a drug charge. 2019 was the last bit of information that came up. That is it. Our said suspect taking the child. If we are to believe, this is Darian Brown with the child exiting the room at the said address in Dallas, Texas. Is that Darian Brown picking up that child and taking that child out of that said home? Lord have mercy. I don't know what to think. I'm just bringing you all the information I just found on Facebook. Thank you all for joining me. Blood money, what are you talking about? Yes, there were two men, both recorded it. What are y'all talking about? Blood says, Biddy Key says there are two suspects. Okay. Her kids were taken by CPS. Yes, two of her children were taken by CPS. Yes. Are they in state's custody? Is Carter in state's custody? Because there's rumors that he's with CPS. This is what happens on Facebook. People love to talk. As I stated, no verification. If he is actually with his grandmother, Miss Connie Ward, or his mother, we do know his mother allegedly is a truck driver. So as I stated to you in my last live, how could she take care of a child if she's a truck driver? I'll wait. We will see. I thank you all for joining me. Carter's with his family. Okay. This is the bed that two babies were sharing. Two 4-year-olds were sharing that toddler bed, Dallas, Texas. And as you see, the curtains are of black and green. If you blow the picture up, you'll see the trim is black on the curtains. So it gives the illumination of light coming through because it's of a greenery scenery on the curtains, such as like the wilderness. For those of you who have not seen it up close. I try to get it up close where you can see. But as you see, it's black and green in the picture. Won't let me. Who is Monica Sherrod? Is she a drug addict? Has she been using narcotics while taking care of her said children and these said children? One who is now a decedent. Part 2 of my video of Darian Brown. Why has there not been an arrest of him murdering this child? You see, where I have the problem is this. The articles are saying, we're trying to figure out how she knows him. We're trying to figure out how he knows Cash. What is the relationship between Cash, the decedent, and Mr. Darian Brown? We're trying to figure out the relationship between Darian Brown and Miss Monica Sherrod. But we're also trying to figure out, how does she identify him? Because that's what I'm reading in the articles that I've brought to you all, and I bring a source. So if you need to double back, recap on your own. Why is this being said in an article? We, the investigators, are trying to figure out how she, the homeowner, identified Darian Brown, the suspect, burglar, in the video. I'll wait. They not arrested him because she is lying. She knew him set up. Hello. He hasn't been arrested. What the F? The abductor touched the bedding and Ellie didn't take them for forensic examination. The individual who took cash looks like the son. Okay? That almost sounds like they suspect her. Yes, I do my research. Amen. If you need verification for the information I just brought to you as far as inspectors, detectives wanting to figure out Darren's relationship to Cash, Darren's relationship to Miss Sherrod, and how she was able to identify him, log on to the Daily Mail. This is the discussion this evening. Who is Monica Sherrod? How many faces is she carrying around? Who is she? High Flyer says, police would have arrested him if they had something on him. Monica may have been sleeping with him. As I state, there are rumors running amok on social media. I try to not divvy into that because I don't know these people. And it's easy to get misconstrued. And as I tell you, people who don't follow the story will pick up that information and they will run with it and they'll start repeating that stuff. And they don't know what they're talking about, nor do we know what we're talking about, because we're repeating gossip that we don't have any verification. But as I state, every blue moon, I will bring to you he said, she said from social media, but I try to not dwell on any of that because there's no verification of anything. Right now, only thing I brought you that's verified is she's been arrested for possession of meth. That's public record. Obviously, she's a meth head. As they say, there's no former. Even if you stop getting high, you're still considered a drug addict, alcoholic, whatsoever. What I want to know is, has she been using narcotics while raising these kids at the time of the child's disappearance and death? Cash Gernon. That's my concern. And why hasn't Darian Brown been arrested for murder? Cash Gernon. Two-part video. Two-part question. Can I get two answers? Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you all for joining me. And thank you, my one mod on board, Miss Crystal Moore. Truth and faithful. Amen. Monica lied to police. They got her for drugs to bust her and question her in the death of Cash. Okay. This is a very baffling story. Another baffling story from the West. Cal City was enough to make anybody want to pull their damn hair out. Now we have this violent death of a Caucasian baby out of Dallas, Texas. And a black man is deemed the suspect for his murder. And it's heinous to even think of an 18-year-old bludgeoning a baby to death. For what reason? I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about any race of person killing a child. And children are murdered every day in this country, and there's no reason to murder a child. You sickos out there, you're murdering children. They can't even speak. They can't talk. They can't wipe themselves. They can't work. They can't drive a car. They can't do anything. And you mad at the damn world and you snuffing these babies out because you can. Because you have an anger problem. Well, you know what? I get upset too. And I ain't hit nobody yet. And sure as hell ain't going to be hitting no babies. Look at her drug source. And this is probably who victimized the family, okay? Police identified him by ankle monitor. Yes, and according to Monica, she was asleep during it all. Yes, and I find that baffling as well. Everybody in the house was asleep. Everybody was still asleep when allegedly, if we are to believe this second color video of Mr. Brown coming back into the house, walking by, lollygagging around as if he stays there. Darryinn, did you stay there? Mr. Brown, can you hear the Queen from Texas? Have you been staying in this house? Have you been running amok in this house? Have you been hanging around this house? Did you come and go freely out of this house? Queen wants to know. Because if I was to use my better judgment, which I tend to do most of the time, that second video leads me to think you've been to this house more than once. That audio, video, it's not your first rodeo at that said address in Dallas, Texas. You've been in that house. You've walked through that house. You've probably eaten in that house. Who's to say slumbered in that house? Come on, Queen. I said stay woke. You see, what I keep trying to tell you, that everything you need to know about a story is at the beginning of the story. It doesn't matter who's talking. It doesn't matter who's not talking. It doesn't matter if you have a weapon, no weapon. Body, no body. Witness, no witness. Audio, no audio. Video, no video. The tongue is a dangerous tool. Always listen to what's being said to you by the participants in the story. Always listen to the participants in the story. Those who talk the loudest, scream the loudest. Come on, Queen. You know the rest. Well, real deal, I thought the curtains were missing as well, but it's the type of curtains that they are. Naturally, during dark, you can't tell. It looks like a curtain hanging. Daylight, it looked like it wasn't a curtain. It's a type of curtain that has a scenery on the curtain. So it looks like a lot of light was coming in to where it looked like there was no curtain. As I tried to show you in this video, this picture of the bed, that curtain is green and black. Green is the main picture on the curtain. The trim is black. It is a scenery curtain, such as like you take a picture of the wild and then you blow it up and put it on a curtain. That's what the curtain is. It's green and black. So naturally, when it was daylight, a lot of light was coming obviously through that said curtain, and it appeared to be no curtains up to the windows. So as I tell you, that was my discretion, assuming somebody had took a curtain down the next day once I saw the second video. But those are all curtains up. And as you see, I just showed you a photograph of the bed. You can go to Facebook to view this said photograph. When you punch in her name, you'll get all these pictures of her, the suspect, the children, person who's posting all this information to Facebook, and you'll see the picture of the children's toddler bed, and you'll see the curtain tucked in the window. It is a scenery curtain. So I want to make sure I make that clear in this video. People say the murderer looks like either of the two young men. Yes, it does. It could be either. Cameron said the same shoes and pants on during his interview with Daily Mail. He had on the same shoes and pants. Well, possibly. I really didn't pay attention to that Daily Mail. I have to go back. But as I state, Miss Sherrod has been busy the past several years with possession of methamphetamine, plural. She was a drug user. Perhaps she is still a drug user. I cannot claim what she is or isn't because I don't have any recent arrests to bring to you or verification of anyone saying they got high with her, saw her get high recently. But people will judge you according to your past. The sick part is she's someone's mother, and she was just taking care of two twin boys who were abandoned by their father because he was evading arrest of a warrant due to pills. So they're all the same to me. Meth, crack, heroin, ice, whatever y'all want to call it. Cocaine, white girl, Queen Woe. Hello, Wesley. Doesn't matter to me. It's all the same. Yes, and she tried to collect money. Her and her mother. By making a fake GoFundMe page. Yes, fake. It's always fake if you're not the real person involved in the children's lives. You knew they had family, and you and your mother had no right to make a GoFundMe page. First and foremost, no damn GoFundMe pages. Didn't notify the woman to tell her damn kid was dead. Didn't try to find her. Too busy making a GoFundMe page. That's fraud to me. Point blank. You didn't try calling her when you got the kids and he left. My understanding, you had the kids even when he hadn't fully moved in. What was that all about? See, there's too many intricate details that don't add up. Why the hell will you have these children in your house and the father wasn't even fully living in the house? This is back in the winter. You told that, Miss Sherrod. Because see, you've been a walkie-talkie since day one. You talk too much. You're taking care of these children before he fully moved in. Then he moved in and then went on the run shortly after moving in and left his kids with you. You never once called the authorities about the children being left behind. You didn't call the state. You didn't try to go call his mother, look for his mama, her mama, nobody. All you could do is get on Facebook now and talk about she was not a good parent. She didn't FaceTime with her kids back in Christmas. Okay, but in the end, those are not your children. They were never your children. So the right thing to do would be call the authorities and say, hey, this man left his children here. I can't take care of them. I have 4 of my own. Whether you liked them or not, whether you cared for them, loved them, whichever word you like to use, they were not your children. Because as I state, how long were you going to try to take care of these children? Where is Trevor Gernon? Where are you, sir? You're missing in action. Do you know Darian Brown, Trevor Gernon? Let's go there. Hello, everybody in the chat. Why has there been no arrest for the murder of Cash Gernon? Why has Darian Brown not been arrested? We are already 8 days in. Supposedly he put out a video, but you know you can't see his face. All you hear is a voice, so we don't even know. I don't know what you're talking about, Nancy. Who you all talking about? Somebody put out a video. Did y'all listen to the statement from Trevor? His sister uploaded to her YouTube channel. Oh, now the sister has a YouTube channel? How convenient. Everybody wants to be a star. High Flyer says Darian Brown not guilty. Well, frankly, Trevor Gernon, this is from the Queen. I don't really care about you putting out a statement because you don't really have anything to say to us. Hello, Paula. What do you have to say, Trevor? You left your children with this woman who possibly could be a drug addict. I got a feeling you're a drug addict. That's why you went on the run, left your kids with a drug addict. So we got a daddy drug addict who couldn't keep a place to stay, probably didn't have a job. Hell, do you have a car? Because Miss Sherrod told you business. You had your kids there with her. Ting! For the new year. Ting! So where were you staying, sir? Why do you not have a home, sir? Why do you not have a job, sir? Because we now know you couldn't have had neither. Because one, you would not have needed to put your kids in her care before you fully moved in. Two, you wouldn't have needed to move in with your kids and in her home. You're on the run, so that means you don't have a job. Because if you had a job, they could trace you to your job. Shut up, Queen. Where's your home, sir? Where's your job, sir? How did you get custody of your kids, sir? But you all talking about the baby mama. Didn't want to FaceTime at Christmas time. She didn't have time. She was too busy. She ain't fit. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all ain't fit. Call a spade a spade. Pot, kettle. Pot, kettle. Y'all even. Shut up. Just shut up. One in the same. Praying for Carter Gernon. Because you see, I don't want to hear a flip-ass story about Carter Gernon 2-3 years from now. He fell down the stairs. Somebody was beating on him. Yes, Tay. How can you identify someone that you that easily if you barely know them? Well, that's the point of this video. It's that Miss Sherrod has some demons of her own dealing with methamphetamines. She has used narcotics. And who's to say she's still not currently using narcotics? When you watch the said video with the reporter from the Daily Mail, she appears aloof, distant, off. One could say she was nervous or she was high. Take your pick. Yes, Trevor going to jail no matter what, so he just turned himself in. Yes, get it over with. Amen. That's why I couldn't understand the purpose of running. All you had to do was just take the charge like a man and make provisions for your children. You make your provisions for your children first. Then you turn yourself in. Oh, wait for the rehab, the bed for the rehab. If it means you have to stay in jail for a while before the bed opened up, then, sir, that's what you should have done. Frankly, you didn't have any business catching the drug charge. How old the charge is, not certain. Nonetheless, if you had custody of your children while catching the drug charge, then that means you were using drugs while parenting these kids. And then you ran with your tail between your legs over to Heidi Ho's house and left your children then. Where the hell was you staying back in the winter? She said that, Miss Sherrod. Oh, they were staying here before he fully moved in. Well, where were you? Billy Joe, Billy Bob? I said it. Where were you? Have y'all ever noticed a crackhead and a drug addict can find somewhere to stay, but a decent person at work and decent and keep a clean body, work, they can't get nowhere to stay. Hello, Jackie. They can't get nowhere to stay. Y'all will take a crackhead in, won't you? You will take a meth head in, heroin, all of that. But somebody out here, half-ass decent, you won't let them sleep in your house, on your couch, your spare bedroom, but you will surely give a fiend a place to sleep. I'm confused. Why is that? But a dope fiend will give another dope fiend a place to live. Come on with it, Queen. Like minds. You see, they're the same caliber. That's probably what they had in common when they met a few years ago. One was probably already geeking then, because a geeker knows another geeker. Shut up, Queen. Like minds. Same cloth. Same cut. Yes, birds of a feather. So here are two geek monsters attracted to one another, and both are parents to children. Both geek monsters raising kids. How unfair is that? To have a parent that is a user. I didn't ask for this. I didn't send for this. I don't want no mama that gets high. I don't want no daddy that gets high. What can I do? I'm just a child. You see, God had a plan. It was a vicious one, but he knew better. As old black folks would tell us about death, this is not your home. You just visiting here. This is not your home. And this was not Cash's home. He already had a home. Amen. He already had a home. God knew that because he already knew what the scroll had already in store for him and Carter. Come on, Queen. You don't hear me. God already knew what the scroll had intended for the babies. This is not your home. Cash, I got a better place for you. You ain't gonna have to be bebopping around with your brother no more. No more toddler beds. No more dope fiend parents. No more in and out of different people's houses, cars, any other nasty behavior that we don't know about. I'm going to take care of it all. I'm going to put an end to it. I'm going to give you a new home. Because this right here ain't your home. They had to use a cane to secure that broke back door by the garage door. So why didn't she have those two babies in the main house instead of all the way in the other end of the house? Well, Nancy, I've already spoke on all of that. I already said, if she really cared about the children, they wouldn't have been on the other side of the house. They would have been in a room next to hers or in the same room with hers. Or she could have moved her bed in that same room because that was basically a family room with the grown folks' door that led to an outside. It was obvious. And when you looked at the room in the pictures, you could see that was a makeshift room. There was a big door in there. And you don't usually see bedroom doors that size in a house, unless you live in a palatial size house. Yes, his brother's going to miss him. And we're going to pray for Carter's safety as well, that he is in a safe environment and he won't end up like his brother, Cash. Yes, the babies were grown, waking up a grown up. But I told you all that everybody does not live the same, whether it's through the week or the weekend. There are people who sleep in late and their children roam the house and eat and open doors, go outside and play in their Pampers, their sleep clothes, and don't nobody know where the hell they are. It's been going on since the beginning of the time. See, what you do, Pookie and Ray Ray don't do what you do. Shamika or Billy Bob, they don't do what you do. Because you up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. with your children or making coffee or whatever you do, that does not mean that goes on 3 doors down. I try to tell y'all that. There are lots of people in America are awakened by their children. They sleep in Monday through Sunday. Job, no job. Schoolhouse in, no schoolhouse. Stay woke. They threw that crib in that living room with the camera because it was staged so Darryinn could take the fall. Possibly. Hello, Bayou girl. How you doing? Yes, it's a shame. Perhaps it was a detached garage converted to a room. Possibly, Crystal. But you can see that it's a makeshift room made into a bedroom. And as I state, any room can be considered a bedroom once you put a bed in it. You can put a bed in a garage. You put a bed in an attic. You put a bed in a basement. It is then called a bedroom. Darian Brown, 18 years of age, African-American male, mental issues. What are those issues? What was he being seen by the Metro Services North Texas facility? I told you about this facility. It aids in mental care, disabilities, schizophrenia, bipolar, autism, depression. The services offer these services to people with these disorders. What was he being seen for? What does he have wrong with him? Did she know he had some mental issues already? Is this staged? Is this a setup? Has Darian Brown been set up by Monica Sherrod and her family, friends, outside parties? Trevor Gernon. Who are the other suspects? Why has there been no arrest of murder for Cash Gernon? Mr. Brown is the suspect. Why not? 8 days in. Do they have a weapon? Other CCTV footage. Is there other footage of the said breaking and entering of the garage? Why is there no alarm on the house? Thank you, Darryinn. Why has Darian Brown not been arrested for the murder of Cash Gernon? Why are these articles stating they're trying to figure out who knows who, who's connected to whom? How does she identify him? That leads me to think there's something else going on. There's some smoke in the city. Police officer, detectives, why do you need to know how she identified him? What do you mean, officer? Because she said so. Because she called you and said, oh, I have a video of Pookie taking the baby out of the room. Here he is. Come look. So why are you now putting these articles out here saying you're trying to figure out how she identified him? Detectives, explain that to the queen. I'll wait. Is it because there's more to this story? Is it because perhaps he did it, he didn't do it, or he had help doing it? Crystal, she ain't pulling the wool over nobody's eyes. What do you mean, why no pressing? Very dark. The case is very dark. It's disturbing. It's like so many other cases. It's like Cal City. It's like the case I brought you out of Fort Wayne, who beats a baby to death and rips his heart in two because you punched or kicked him so hard, you broke his heart literally in two. A 17-month-old. You did it because you could. Paid to. Don't know. Bayou Girl says they know. She is lying. Why kill a baby and leave him dead in the street? I don't know, sweetheart. Why kill a child, period? It doesn't matter if the child is screaming, hollering, won't mind. Walk away. Doctors will tell you that with children at birth. They're going to cry because they cannot talk. They don't have any other way to communicate until you teach them how to talk. So until they learn how to talk, they will scream, they will holler, they will fall out on the floor. As Dr. Fields said, let them fall out in the damn Walmart aisle. Walk off. Not far, but just enough for he or she to cock that eye open and say, damn, my mama just walked off. She ain't paying me no attention. Guess I best get up out this aisle and quit hollering and screaming. The mom says, why would they hurt him? As if she knew something else had the boy had never thought he would hurt him. Yes. Very sick. That's what children do. They cry. Babies cry. They can be old and talk. They can be 8, 9 and fall out, scream, holler, act like they can't talk. Whine, whine, whine. 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds. See, children throw tantrums at all ages. They can be 16 and whine and cry. Oh well. But you don't beat them to death. I don't know about the link. When I've dropped the link, nobody calls. So what was the point of me dropping the link? I'm fed up of these stories. I'm sick of these stories. There's some hanky-panky going on with this story, like so many others. And I do believe possibly there are more people involved in this story, aiding this young man to murder this child. I do not know if this 18-year-old has the capacity of a 4-year-old himself, but perhaps he did go there to play with the children, did not know any better, and he came back. Or it could be he was lured back, or he was told to come over, or he was told to do that act. I do not know. But something is off with this story indeed. And nothing adds up with this story. But see, this is why it doesn't add up. It's because it was foolishness from the beginning. As I've always told you with these types of stories, one thing begets another. Drug addicts were raising children. Drug addicts were dating each other. One drug addict moved in with his kids and took off because he had a charge. Now another drug addict is raising her children and some other children. Now one of those children that wasn't hers is now dead. Do you see the irony of the story? One thing begets another. Janet, yes, I did. And I'm not rolling with any adult or making excuses for them. I'm only rolling with the only one innocent, and that's Cash. What's the problem? He came back to get Carter and got scared. I don't believe that. Why do you all think he went back to get Carter? If he was bold enough to go in the house and steal child number 1, why the hell would he be scared to take child number 2? Hello. Think about it. He's already been in the house with child number 1. So what is the problem with stealing child number 2? He walked in during daylight savings time, sugar. What was he scared of? I'm just saying. He stayed gone for a few hours, matter of factly, and walked up in that gangster. Looked around, patted his head, looked back, and walked out of the room. I didn't see fear. I didn't see fear at all. I tell you all to stay woke. Fearful first time, if indeed that is him in video number 1 that's in the dark. But second time, if it's the same person, nah. He was not scared at all. And if he wanted to take Carter, he would have taken him. What would have been the problem with taking him? You see, he got out of there. He didn't get arrested until 10 p.m. Stay woke. Mom D says, I don't think he walked in the first time. Whoever carried that boy out didn't want the baby to see his face. That's why he carried him facing away, 2 different people, possibly. And yes, there is strange behavior of someone handing the baby off like they're handing them to somebody else. Like when you have a dirty diaper, like I said in my last slide, that's not the way you would carry a child out, even if you're getting ready to murder them. It's as if he took the child and say, here, take him. I don't want him. Stinky diaper. Take him. I don't want him. No one carries a baby like that. Unless it's somebody who's not used to handling children. I'm just saying. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome to the live. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Air Force.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I just have so much stuff to say, and it's a lot of. I feel that there's certain people, I'm not naming no names, that are giving a woman way too much credit, as if she has this big house, she has this and that. It takes a lot more to be a mother than just a big house.
We don't even know whose house. Don't get me crunk.
Yes.
We don't know whose house it is. We don't know if she on Section 8. We don't know if she on HUD. We don't know nothing.
Yeah.
It could be her mama's house, her grandmama's house, and from the looks of it, what she own. She a homeowner.
Yeah.
What does she do? Where's her job? Does she go to school? Is she educated? She got a certificate? You got all these kids in the house. You took in 2 other kids. Since this story been rolling, I haven't heard one time that she has a job.
Yep.
Okay then.
Exactly.
Don't play with the
My thing is, how many people were supposedly lived in that house? Was it like 6 people or something like that?
She has 4 kids plus herself. That was 5. The 2 children was 7. When the boyfriend was there, that was 8.
And then her dad, or something like that.
I don't know.
Grandpa's.
That must be Facebook
so we
gossip.
Don't know that for sure. We don't know that one.
Well,
for sure,
that's probably Facebook gossip.
Okay. So even still, if it's all those kids, all those people actually that live in that house, you mean to tell me that this boy had enough time to go get that child, do whatever, kill the child, do this and that, go to his house, change up, all that stuff, and then come back, and still nobody seen him do any of that? That makes absolutely no freaking sense at all. None. It makes no sense at all. I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but I'm not saying that he only did it by himself.
So you think there's a co-conspirator?
There's no way. I'm sorry?
You think there's a co-conspirator?
Yes.
Well, tell me your synopsis
100%.
of what you think. Well, listen, tell me what you think happened as far as a co-conspirator. Name the people, name the reason.
I honestly believe that it was her son. What's his name? Cameron. I honestly believe it was him. And I feel that he was jealous of... Wait,
stop, wait, slow down. Cameron did what when?
I'm saying that he...
Video one?
Huh?
Video 1?
Yes, on video 1.
So Cameron would have done this because of why?
I feel that Cameron was jealous of them babies.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because she made a statement in one of her interviews from her mouth, and she said, "Those are my only boys." Exactly what she said. Those are my only boys. She didn't say, "Those are also my boys." She said, "Those are my only boys." That's what she said. So I feel that she had a bond with those kids, sometimes stronger than what she had with Cameron. That's what I believe. And I believe that he got jealous. And I believe that...
So who was doing the interview when you heard this information?
She was in there. Shit was from her mouth.
No, I said who was interviewing her. Was it the Daily Mail or the news?
It was the news. It was the news.
Okay.
And that's how I feel, and I'm gonna roll with that because I honestly do not believe that it was, what's his name, the Brown, Darryinn. I don't believe that he did this by himself. It just makes no logical sense. When have you ever heard of someone kidnapping a child, coming back and no, all in the same day?
Okay, listen. Just listen.
I'm so heated.
I see you heated. That's why I want you to calm down. Because what you got to always think about is what you're saying. You're saying others are involved. You think it's the son that did it. So you think it's the son in video 1. Okay, then how does Darryinn fit in video number 2 where he is blatantly visible?
Yeah, so with video number 1, okay, with supposedly...
Mama B, what are you talking about? Hold on one second. There is footage. Wait a minute. There's footage of him coming through the alley and through the gate. I have it.
so then show it then.
Yeah, well, Mama B.
Everybody want to say they got this, they got that, but don't nobody else
Mama
see
B
it,
and Mama B, who are you anyway? Y'all love following these people chats, talking about y'all got the 411, y'all got the this. Yeah, I know. I done heard that with Cal City. I need your email. I got this. I got to show you this interview of me talking to the chief, and I don't need nothing from you talking about you talking to the chief.
Exactly. Everybody talking about they got this, they got that.
Oh, I got the 911 call. I got the 911 call of Trezelle and Jacqueline calling when we know that was never released. So that means you'd have to be working with the police department, and you stole that information, and you get ready to call a YouTuber and give it to me. So then I can have what? The FBI trying to find me to ask me where the hell I got the 911 call from? Never.
Right? Yeah. I just
Mama B, who are you? Do you want your 5 minutes of fame, Mama B, and come up on the live? I'll drop the link just for you because you look like you might be a little thirsty. You want 5 minutes of attention. That's why I didn't drop the link in the first place. No. She ain't gonna show no video.
We need to see it all. We need all the evidence.
It's all in videos on YouTube, laughing mom. I'm not saying I have you seen footage at all, y'all. You just said you had it. That's why I tell people don't text. Because we read what you said, and it comes across as if you have private footage of him coming through. I just need to send you the links. Well, you can drop it on my community page, and you can let the rest of the pilgrims go view it for themselves.
Yeah, drop the link. I'll go watch it right now. Drop the link. and still, I'm going back to the...
Okay, so wait. So you got to finish what you're saying. You think Cameron is the person entering number one, video one that's black and white. He did this because of what reason? He was jealous of the kids. Okay, so like I said, how does Darryinn fit in video number two, which is in color? What are you trying to say? He just so happened to be there. This is an old video. What?
He came over some type of way he got him there. Possibly he came over or stayed the night or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but with the first video with the black and white. Okay, if Darian Brown, that's his name, right there. If he was so mentally ill, challenged, all this and that, I'm still going to stick with what I say. He is not going to think about covering himself. He's not.
Well, because if you're really sickly, such as a schizophrenic doesn't have time to ponder anything because he or she is not well, and they're hearing voices. Yes. So voices are telling them to do something. So that means if a voice tells them to go kill their mother, they'll go kill their mother and then go in the kitchen and eat a sandwich and watch television.
Yeah, they call it a day.
They're not going to go hide a weapon. They're not going to go take a shower. They're not going to go wash their clothes. They're not going to do any of that.
Exactly.
Because they're not equipped enough to do that.
Exactly. So that's why I honestly do not think that it was him.
Tina says he asked him to go check on him. Possibly, Tina.
And then today I did watch, and I watched the stamps and everything on camera, and it's the same as whoever was in that room.
Mama B, you dropped what on my most recent post? That is one of the enhanced audio. I think the brother speaks second. I don't know. Whatever. PJ just keeping it real. I don't know. Okay, there's a rumor circulating on social media pertaining to Miss Sherrod and Darian Brown that they were dating. Now, where that rumor came from, I don't know. I don't know if this is just innuendo, just like a lot of things you all are coming up with in the chat. You're assuming this, you're assuming that. Like I said, bring me a receipt. Because what I have to ask myself, just on common sense, let's say Miss Sherrod was messing around with an 18-year-old. You mean to tell me you were messing around with one, a kid, two, a kid with developmental disabilities or a mental issue? Shut up, Queen.
Yeah. knowing he's mentally challenged, wow. Yeah.
Well, if you drop, honey, I can't see the link. I'm live. If you didn't notice, I'm live. So I can't watch a link on a post and I'm live. Okay, I see the link now. It just came up on my notifications. But what I'm trying to say is I can't go over there and I'm live. I'd have to go on my other device to pull it up. And so since she want her 5 minutes of fame, we're going to give it to her. Hold on.
Okay.
No.
I'll drop back down.
You don't have to drop back down if you still want to talk. You forgot we on modern technology. We can switch phones and still talk. Ting.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Ask somebody about the queen.
During menopause, estrogen drops.
Hold on. Let me put on my focus. Everybody hold your britches.
We holding them.
This is somebody else's channel.
Okay.
He's bending down, touching the boy's head, looking at him. Then he walks out. Then he turns back, kind of glances at him, still glances at him, and walks out. Talking to himself as in third person. This is somebody else's channel.
I've gone through this video numerous times so we can get a glimpse into a child killer's head. This is extremely disturbing behavior, knowing what he had just done and was more than willing to do it again.
So obviously he's saying, yeah, that was deep. You acting like a creep, go on home. Well, who's he talking to? That ain't nothing new. Okay. Laughs. So who's he talking to? You acting like a creep, go on home. If I don't believe this is true. Well, I'm gonna say I have to do it when I can focus on everything, because I can't do it to doing it on a live, trying to focus. This is some lady's channel, Geneva Crime Time. If you want to go to her channel to check out the upload, I'm gonna leave it at that. What's the problem? What are you talking about? Leave Benny alone. Man, don't bring that shenanigans over here. Y'all with that? Don't bring it over here. I don't want no parts of it. I'm telling you that now. Because I'm copacetic tonight. So don't bring me nothing crazy and outrageous. Because I'm not putting up with anything. Because that's not what this is about. So if you own some other stuff, this is the wrong chat and channel for you. So I'm not with it. Yes, Pretty K. Pretty K says videos can be altered. Has there been footage released of the suspect putting cash in the street? One more question. Who released the bedroom video? Was it police or Monica? That's a damn good question. We haven't addressed that. Thank you for that. Thank you, Miss Sunshine. That's a very good question. Hello, Joy. Who released the video of this commentary that we've been watching the past couple of days? That's a very good question. Do you know, Crystal? Does anybody in the chat know who released this video that we all been watching the past couple of days? Was it the authorities or was it Miss Sherrod?
Or was it her son? Because in her interview, she even said, I forgot we had cameras in the house. I was so distraught.
Okay, Lakeisha said, I think Monica sold it to the Daily Mail from the UK. Okay, thank you, Lakeisha. Oh, Lordy. Notorious says no clue. Okay. Let me, I haven't dropped no paper over here because I wasn't planning on dropping no link because nobody ever calls. Okay, thank you, Darren. Thank you, baby. No thanks comes in. You would come in on a white horse. Monica says she has sold no stories. Well, no thanks. Do I really believe that? When you call one of the most notorious sources that buys stories. Come on with it. I told you all that in my last live. After I read you the commentary, right at the end of the commentary, it states we buy information for a story. We buy video footage. That's in my last live. And that's on God. I told you that. So why would I believe she called or notified a notorious source out of the UK, and those people over there are known for tabloid type information? Why would I think she didn't give them the video footage and sold that when she's talking to a tabloid source? Now, don't get me riled up. It's just got common sense. I'm going to call a tabloid paper to talk about what happened, but I ain't going to sell them the story or the video. All right. And they just said at the end of their article, we buy information. Ew. Okay, Miss Carrie, play nice. Yes, they buy information. The Daily Mail. If you go watch my video, I give you a source of the story. Go to that same source. At the end of the article, it will tell you we buy information. Nope, she passed it along what she stated. And you believe that? No thanks? Really? Oh, man. Okay. Wow. Leave it alone. Woo! If you want to hear this information that she dropped, the link is to another YouTuber's name, Geneva Crime Time. That's as far as I'm going with calling out somebody else's name in my chat. That's the said information, because I don't want to hear no more hoopla. He said, she said, because you have to be very careful with mentioning other people's names on this YT and dropping their information, because people get jiggy, get to talking crazy, and I'm not for any of that type of foolishness. I'm just not. So I'm trying to keep it copacetic. I'm listening to everybody's commentary, everybody's assumptions, innuendos. You're entitled to your opinion pertaining to what happened May 15th in Dallas, Texas. You're entitled to believe that Darian Brown is the first person in the video, the second person in the video. You're entitled to believe that he kidnapped Cash Gernon. You're entitled to your opinion to believe he murdered Cash Gernon. But as it states right now, he has not been charged with murdering Cash Gernon. Why not? That is my question for this live. Plus the many lives and rumors of Miss Sherrod. I brought you said information in the beginning of this live. She has been arrested numerous times for possession of meth, driving without a license, suspended license. When she got pulled over, the one charge I read to you, she was already had been arrested for the same charge. So she's a busybody. She doesn't believe in obeying the law, driving without a license. Geeked up. She's a parent, a mother. Does she even deserve to be having children in her possession? Now, since the death of this child, 2 of her children have been removed from her custody, a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old. Why is that? Stay woke.
Yeah, why is that?
I tell y'all to stay woke. Yes, Wesley. People need to take care of their children. Yes, Notorious. Not enough evidence yet to charge him. Thank you, Notorious. You believe that, Crystal?
Yes, ma'am.
And why would that be? Thank you, Joan. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Franco, he hasn't been arrested for a reason. Why is that? Where's the weapon? Do they have the weapon? Oops, did Queen tell you? She did tell you. Blood, tissue, knife, Miss Sherrod's house. Ting. Darian Brown, 18, came back at daybreak for cash getting his twin brother 2 hours after the 4-year-old was taken from the same bed and murdered. Suspect got spooked and fled. Darryinn, I don't believe that. How did he get, well, you writing this long-winded paragraph in my chat. How did he get spooked? He already took 1 hour. So why would he get spooked coming back to get the second one? He seemed kind of Gucci to me. Seemed kind of comfortable. I'm just saying. Our Rugrats says CPS and Bob before all of this. I won't doubt that, Rugrats. I've been listening to you without going around spinning tails. Not the kind of lady I am, you'll see. So I get blocked for bringing you information. Very classy. You were rude and should apologize. Ridiculous. I never said I have to secret information. Mama B, how you blocked and you in my chat talking?
Yeah, she was putting time out. Get that straight. What's her name?
I haven't blocked anything. I haven't blocked anybody because I've been sitting here right here talking with the phone right here, and I haven't touched my phone to block you, and I haven't touched this computer to block you. So don't accuse me of blocking you. Okay. Well, I tell you what.
Well, she can get blocked now.
Well, I tell you what. You simple bat. I can show you what block really means. Now you blocked. You don't come in my chat disrespecting me, telling me I did something when I haven't touched the computer or the phone. I've let all of you speak without being blocked. Now go run tell that. Tell me I'm classy. I'm not classy. Shit, I'm weird classy. You didn't get cussed up out. You gonna make me spit my drink out, girl, if you don't leave me alone. I've been on one the past couple of days when I tell you the queen I've been wanting to pop something too. That heifer don't want none of me. You better back up. Look. I'll call you out your government name. You better get on somewhere. I've been waiting for somebody goofy to run up. The mood I've been in. That's why I was out shopping again today to relieve the stress. The hell on. Y'all been sitting here saying all kind of crazy stuff. Talking about she messing with the boy, this and that. He didn't do it. He did it. They got footage. Here's the link. I'm steady letting you people speak. And then here come this goofy heifer. See, I don't have time for that. You working with Satan. Get out of here. I don't want no parts of it. No, they don't want none of me. Because this has been a copacetic lie. But see, this is what happens when people can't have their way.
Yeah.
See, that's why you did what I said you would do. You did exactly what I said you would do, Miss Mama B. I said you wanted 5 minutes of fame. Did I not? Because you came in my playhouse jiggy, letting me know about what you saw at Pookie house and on YouTube. Running out of breath, Ryan Dean, to tell me something. I got the T. I got the 411. You ain't got nothing. That's on another YouTuber's channel. She got that from whoever released the video. So what do you have? Do you have the footage of him breaking and entering and all of that? But you did what I said you would do. You're a clout chaser. And you're doing what most people do. You running people chats, screaming and hollering like you got the hook up. Did you ever see that? You know, Master P, I got the hook up. That's you. Clout chaser, fame whore. Want to be seen, want to be heard, making accusations. It's not true. All for what? To be in a YouTube chat? It's not that serious. Y'all act like YouTube is Mainstream Hollywood. I don't get it. I got it. I got the hookup. I got the tea. You got to see it. I got the link. Here, I'm gonna drop it. I ain't seen nothing. It's just some video of him going back and forth to the bed. What I miss? Is that all the video? Did you watch all of it? Did you see him breaking in the garage? Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's all right. It's Gucci. Thank you all for joining me. Just a little minor snafu. Everything's good. SW6. Thank you all for joining me. Just a little Wi-Fi issue. I'm in a new area, so it's very hard where I am right now. Let me drop the link. If you have never spoken before, I prefer somebody who has not spoken. I didn't drop it before because there's been issues with me dropping the link. So because you all tend to just like to chat only. So I just let you chat. Thank you, Miss Rugrats. Yes, thank you, Pretty K. Thank you all for joining me. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the many lives, faces, rumors of Miss Monica Sherrod, the caretaker of Cash and Carter Gernon. Cash is no longer living, murdered, brutally murdered, dumped in the Dallas street last weekend. And Darian Brown has been arrested for burglary and kidnapping, but he has not been charged with the murder of Cash Gernon. Why is that? That is the said double title for this live. If you can be respectful to the hostess, to chat, the mods, and give your opinion on the panel, please hit the link. Refrain from using profanity, derogatory language in the chat and the panel. Thanks for joining me. Yes, I like to hear different opinions. You all follow in the chat. You like to chit chat and talk. I'm tired of hearing the same conversation in the chat. I'm not trying to be rude, but I like to hear different people hit the link to give their opinion. You do not have to be seen on the panel, but so long as your name from the chat matches your name on the panel, I will let you speak. We'll have a problem with that. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, Miss Sunshine. Oh, thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, all super chats are welcome to the live. Thank you all so very much. I have 178 viewing. Thank you so much. 180. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God is good. He continues to bless a queen. Amen. Sometimes I guess he says, well, she been on one. We just going to let her have her moment. We going to let her have her moment. She'll come back down. She'll be all right. Yes, thank you, Air Force, for joining me. Thank you. 2 mods on deck. Amen. God is good. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to this case out of Dallas, Texas. Do you believe that Darian Brown is the perpetrator of this crime? He is the same person in both videos, black and white and color. Do you believe he was going to take the second child? I do not, only because he didn't take the second child. My feelings is this. He was bold enough to go take him once, if indeed he is the said person in the first video. So what would be the problem with him taking the second brother? You're bold enough to take him the first time, if indeed you did that. So what would be the problem round 2? You walk back into this house round 2. If you are indeed perpetrator that took him out of the bed. So if we ought to believe Darryinn is suspect 1 in the dark video, why would it be a problem for him to take the second child? Some of you are saying he got scared, he got spooked. Well, that's what we assumed in the first video. Oh, he's looking around. He's looking at the camera. Who's he looking at? What's he doing? What's taking him so long? Does that not appear to somebody who seems leery? Because if I came to do what I came to do, I don't have no problem with doing that. I'm going to get to it. I ain't got to look around. I ain't got to do nothing. It's dark. What the hell am I looking around for? Shut up, queen. I tell y'all, stay woke. Why am I looking around when I am in a house and I've broken and I'm entering? Hey, I'm guilty just being there. Had he already killed Champ before showing up the second video? He took him out, real deal. Are you not paying attention? Come on now, don't start, please. So what are you trying to say? That's his third trip? He went in the room, killed him, walked back out, then came back in and took a dead body out of the room? And that's another thing. Where did he murder the child? This is why I keep trying to tell you all to stay woke. Where did he murder Cash Gernon? How did he get to the house? Point blank. Why did he go to the house? Why was he looking around once he got in the room? Where did he take the little boy to murder him? Why was he gone for a couple of hours, came back, different clothes, no get up, no mask, no glasses, no hoodie, no backpack? Was it because he was bloody? What? Why risk it going back? Those are the questions you should be asking while you're watching the said video that implicates Darian Brown, allegedly. You see, I'm woke. I'm 50 years old. I wasn't born yesterday and I fall off a milk truck. I've lived. So I ask all the pertinent questions in a crime. And I don't go by what Pookie said, Ray Ray said, Billy Bob said. I don't even really have to say video. Yeah, it looks guilty. But then I also said, something don't sound right. Something don't look right. Not saying it ain't what I think I'm seeing. I'm just saying something doesn't sound right. Carter was up out of the bed before Cash was taken. Yes, he was. And that's the sick part too. Darryinn was on the heels of of Carter when Carter got in the bed. Do you not remember that in the first part of the black and white video? Carter walks in, gets into the bed. Shortly after, if we believe that this is actual real time in the video, Darryinn is on his heels, following in after Carter gets in the bed. How spooky is that? Stay woke. Where was Carter coming from? Living room, bathroom, kitchen? What? Somebody else's room, another child's room, outside? Where was he? Did he, pass the suspect in the hallway, perhaps? Living room? Some room? Queen is on point. She may have been born at night, but it surely wasn't last night. Love you, Queen. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, honey. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. There's something odd with this story. If we are to believe the video we're watching in true time, how the hell is this child getting in the bed and Darryinn is on his heels following in behind him? Right behind him. Well, Lakeisha, what we have to ask ourselves, did Carter see him? Did Carter pass him? What is the time frame actual of Carter getting into bed, Darryinn following behind? Is this seconds behind, 1 minute behind, 2 minutes behind, 3 minutes behind, 1 day behind, 3 days behind? Are we fudging documents and videos? Yeah, stay woke.
Hey, Queen.
How you doing?
I'm getting you. Yeah, I kept watching that video and I was looking at the time.
Darren says, unless he was in the house sleeping with the mom, who knows? Lord have mercy on kids.
Yeah. Well, when Carter walked in 10 seconds later, the abductor walked in. Carter had to have seen him. And Carter wasn't asleep. He didn't go to sleep. I believe Carter watched the whole thing. He just laid there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Carter knew who.
Let's talk about that. If we are talking about real time.
Mm-hmm. And
the child watched his own brother be abducted out of the same bed. Shut up, Felicia.
And the child didn't say nothing because, hey, the child probably knew who it was. Think about it. Now, like I said, I believe Carter was awake because Carter, when he...
Well, we know he didn't fall asleep that quick.
When he picked him up and he walked away really fast, Carter moved. And then it goes to the next video. We don't know if Carter had got up and followed him. We don't know what Carter did. It just goes straight to the next.
This is another element that I didn't touch on. I mean, we talked about it briefly, but we didn't actually dissect it. So that's another part of this live that needs dissecting. If this is actual real time, the killer walked on the heels of a baby getting in the bed, which is Carter, and Carter had to have seen this man take his brother out of the same bed. What in the hell is going on here?
And if you notice, he kept looking or bending down over Cash, and then he would turn and look at Carter because Carter would be moving.
Mm-hmm. Carrie says he looked right at the baby monitor. He knows the layout. Perhaps.
Yeah.
In the morning, Carter called out for Cash. He very well could have been there sleeping with mom. And yes, he wasn't awake. Yeah, Carter was awake. Looks like he looked up.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I looked at it too. That's why I said Carter is the key behind this. Once he gets to talking, You have to have let a child talk at their own pace and time. I
And
think
that
he'll
is
start saying.
very interesting because, as I state, there's so much you can touch on. You have to do a live really per every scenario. That should be the next live, perhaps, unless you want to touch on that. Did Carter know Mr. Brown? Why did Monica not remember the nanny cam until the other boy of his told police about the camera?
At the police station.
Roku, that's what was mentioned. Somebody mentioned that too. Before, she acted like she didn't even remember that she had a camera in there, which goes to the fact of if people are breaking and entering in the neighborhood, why don't you have an alarm on your house? Do you, Miss Sherrod, have an alarm on your house? Because I find it interesting that somebody could break into a garage through faulty doors, latches. Where's your damn alarm on your house? With all these kids you have in here staying. And you being a woman alone, raising children, unmarried, no husband, no man, no side piece, no sidekick. Stop, Angela.
Yes. You know, and then in her interview, it struck me how she would say, you know, she put Cash up on a pedestal more so than Carter. And she was talking about how Carter loves to read, loves for her to read. And what's this word and that word? What did anybody notice any books in the children's room?
There's nothing wrong. You all are starting to talk about dogs not barking. I didn't even know she had dogs.
Yeah, they said she had 3 pit bulls and a puppy in that house too.
Why is it said in my state that when they go to bust a house for meth, they always got dogs? Baffling.
It's supposed to be the guard dogs, but the guard dogs in there sleep like everybody
else.
Drugs,
hoarding, filth, children, pets, always at the house of meth dealers and meth users. On God.
Come on. Yeah, but the first video, I don't believe that's Darryinn. The second video, yes, that's Darryinn.
Lakeisha says 3 pits. Meth user, pit bulls, children. Probably a filthy house too. Bye, Felicia. What is with you meth dealers, users? Always got puppies, pets, parakeets, dogs. Nasty houses. I'm going to say it because I can. Why? Why?
Yeah, because when Cameron was doing his little his video of showing the house, to me it looked like an obstacle course. So you ran out of that house with that child through all that mess.
You saw the show tonight. Walls nasty, dirty. That brown carpet is filthy. And somebody want to fall up in here the other day talking about she had a clean house. What house was you looking at, Cookie?
She probably looking at the neighbor's house because no. Unfortunately, no.
Joel says, I find it staying that the baby was in the bed asleep and then comes his brother later. I would think that they both be in the bed at the same time. Thank you, Miss Joel. Where was Carter? This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, stay woke. Where the hell was Carter slipping from? The bathroom? He went to TT. He had to go to the bathroom. Where was he coming from?
He was with the abductors.
The house was trifling. Makeshift bedroom. Big old room with nothing in it. Didn't look kept up great. 2 little children sleeping in a toddler bed in a makeshift room that looks like a living room on the other side of the house where any predator could find them, get to them. Which one did?
With cans of paint on the floor. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I did. I have to look back at the photos from Facebook.
I'm like, what?
And you all, certain person following in the chat the other day, Gypsy talking all that crazy nonsense about the house was clean. How I just showed you a picture. The walls nasty. I don't believe there was a curtain rod holding the curtain up. Come on now, stop this.
No, it wasn't.
You can buy a cheap curtain rod from Walmart, just like you can get that meth. Probably at the counter next door. Stop it.
Well, I just want to just drop my little opinion.
This is sick to me. This is another sick case of a child snuffed out. A lot of times we're talking about missing children. This time, this child was bludgeoned and thrown out like trash.
Yeah, you know what?
Trash.
Another thing I was thinking about now was a child murdered in the woods, and then they brought him all the way back to the street and put him. I didn't understand that either.
So what are you trying to say?
If you gonna, unfortunately, you murder someone, when you leave them in the woods area where you so-called did the crime.
Let the queen tell y'all something that y'all already know. If you watch true crime, if you're a real true crime fan, I think you already know what I'm getting ready to say. Are you ready?
Say it.
Are y'all ready? Only people close to the victim dumped the bodies outside the house.
Thank you.
A stranger who has never been identified with the victim has no reason to take the body outside of the house. That has been proven in a dozen, thousands of cases of dead people, missing people. I don't know you, so I ain't got to take the body nowhere. You don't know me. I'm breaking and entering. You don't know me.
And I'm going to leave it right there.
I'm going to leave you right there. I'm going to kill you right there. I ain't going to take you nowhere. Because I ain't got to.
No.
Because you don't know me.
And I'm out of here.
You ain't never seen me. You ain't never heard. I'm new to the neighborhood. I'm breaking and entering. Ting. Maybe I ain't even got a record. Ting. I don't take the body outside of the house because you don't know me. Ain't got no ties. Only people who have ties to the victim take the body outside of the house to be disposed on God.
Yep.
I've been woke.
Yeah.
See, I ain't got to argue about nobody in no damn video. They don't care about Pookie Ray Ray in no video. I go with stats. Proven stats. Only people affiliated with the victim take the victim outside of the house to be disposed of.
Yeah.
And Crystal says only a fool would do a crime without gloves on. Amen.
Yeah.
So now, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I had put my comment in there.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they pick up the blankets what that boy kept handling? They can try and get DNA off of that. It's the blankets is still in the crib. I didn't understand that.
Maybe it's because of what I already done told you, sweetheart. I'm trying to figure out, how does Darryinn know Cash? How does Darryinn know Miss Sherrod? I'm trying to figure out, how does she identify, because maybe what we're seeing is not the truth.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he hasn't been arrested.
For the murder. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, Lord.
The cops are suspicious as well. They would have charged him with murder. Exactly.
Already.
How hard would it be to charge somebody allegedly with some mental problems? Could be slow, low IQ. I don't know what he got going on. Suicidal, this and that, depression, autism. I don't know what that boy got going on, but one thing I do know, 8 days in, how hard would it be to have something on him by now? Shut up, Angela.
I think they arrested him for saying kidnapped to hold him.
Yes, Minka. They arrested him solely based on her identification of him being in the video. Yes.
That's it.
She owed him drug money. As I state, you all are giving your opinions. and probably what you've heard on social media pertaining to Miss Sherrod, her relationship to Darian Brown, her past. That is to be expected. But I tell you to be careful of passing gossip, because there are people who do not know the story. And when they hear of the said, he said, she said, they pass that information onward to others as if it's the spoken word. There's no verification that Miss Sherrod had an affair with Darryinn. There's no verification of the children being molested or molested by Darian Brown. This is all Facebook, he said, she said.
Right.
Until I get a receipt, I'm not putting my stamp on an affair, drug trade, child molestation, anything. But I do know there's some hanky-panky pertaining to Darian Brown as the suspect. That I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Now Jean says, yes, I think Cash walked out in the woods on his own. Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Jean, did you not look at the video? He was carried out. So you're saying that what? After they took him off the...
I give up.
Okay.
So what? He walked out in the woods and got what? Ate by a dog. Somebody saw it, put him back in the bed, dead, and then they called Darryinn to come in and pick him up.
I'll wait.
Sammy said, I think she means once he was stabbed. Baby, he was dropped off 8 blocks down the road. So what are y'all talking about the woods? Think about what you're saying. Lord have mercy. The child was dumped 8 or so blocks down the road. So how do the woods and 8 blocks down the road factor into one another? He was assaulted in the woods and walked to the road. I'm going to say this one more time, Tay. He couldn't have walked 8 blocks. Bloody.
What the law enforcement said they found some clothes and blood.
You're not going to see a video. How are you going to see a video of him going down the street with the baby or whomever took the child down the street? Think about what you're saying. So now you're saying the killer was supposed to film himself?
No, that baby was in a car and he was dumped on the side of the road.
Miss Sunshine, thank you. Let me say this again, because see, this is where I get frustrated, because you all don't listen. You don't listen. I tell you all this all the time. Listen at what's been told to you. He was found 8 blocks from his house. How in the hell could a 4-year-old walk 8 blocks stabbed?
No way.
Come on now.
No.
You ain't going to be 20 years old walking 8 blocks stabbed. That's why I asked the question, where was he murdered? Where was Cash Gernon murdered? Since you want to believe that Darryinn took him out of there, well, where did he take him? How did he carry him 8 blocks, alive or dead? Stay woke. Does Darian Brown own a car? Stay woke.
Thank you.
Why would he come back hours later in different clothes and acting as if he was just in the house, lollygagging around and checking on a kid? Stay woke. You all are talking around information that's already been given to you. I keep telling you all that. Focus on what's been told to you. He was found 8 blocks down the way.
Yep, on the side of the road.
Somebody took him and dumped him down there after stabbing him. Where was he stabbed? Who stabbed him? How did they transport him? I think he was in a car. I don't think he would have been able to walk with him calm that way without being on CCTV. I have carried my baby 8 blocks in the child, and I'm little. Kenya, don't make me act ignorant, please. We are talking about a child who was bludgeoned to death. A bludgeoned person is not going to go 8 blocks. 4-year-old. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord. How do you know he was killed at the home? He probably was dumped. Who knows? I'm going to say this. See, this is why you can't do the live, see. They don't listen.
Well.
We do not know where Cash Gernon was murdered. It has not been specified how he was transported to his said resting spot. So you have to use common sense. Nobody carried a dead body 8 blocks by foot and bloodied.
Yeah.
Do you know that you have the chance to cut yourself while stabbing a victim? I'll wait. You will 9 times out of 10 be bloodied. I'll wait. So you ain't getting ready to walk with no white boy up under your arm. Bloodied. He's bloodied. 8 blocks.
And somebody's Ring doorbell will catch that for sure.
Ting.
Yeah. That baby was transported and dumped where it was, but where the actual
Crystal,
murder
I've
happened,
been
I don't know.
annoyed. That's why I didn't drop the link, because this is a waste. Because nobody thinks before commenting. That's why I know these people don't read the articles. They don't read the updates. They don't do anything. They just jump in the chat and start talking and have not read nothing about Cash Gernon or any other case. Because if you read the cases, you would know not to say the things that you're saying, because it doesn't make any logical sense. And I'm not trying to be rude. But if you actually followed this case, you had to know he didn't, whomever he is, carry a body 8 blocks.
No.
By foot.
No way. No.
Little Miss Sunshine, I give up. I'm just Well, Kenya, you couldn't have read. Because common sense should tell you, ain't nobody gonna carry no bloody body for 8 blocks in their hand, on their arm, on their back. You think I'm getting ready to murder you and then walk with you 8 blocks? Why would I do that? I'm going to carry a dead body by foot 8 blocks. Not thinking anybody could walk, drive by, police could drive by and see me carrying a dead white boy body and I'm black. Damn. Did anyone say when or why they have the video in the room where the twins sleep? Dorothy have video in other parts of the house? I don't know, Joelle. I haven't heard of any more video footage. I haven't seen any more video footage pertaining to the inside, the outside, other rooms. I have not been heard or verified that there was an alarm on the house, which I find odd. Because had you had an alarm on the house, this wouldn't have been a situation, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
The picture of the front of the house at the
Thank you, Tracy.
At the end, it looks like it's one of those, those alarms with the camera, but I doubted if that was working.
Lori Grace said, several are guilty. Yes. There would have been a blood trail. Yes. What did you just say, Dee Dee?
I said, looking at the picture of the front of the house, at the end, up at the top, you do see, it looks like a video, the camera, alarm camera, but I doubted if it was working. Because law enforcement would have took that real quick.
Do you believe she has cameras around the house, Dee?
On that picture, yeah, I saw that one, but I don't know if it was working. If you look at the picture,
I said, do you think she has cameras, baby, around inside and outside the house?
Oh no, not on inside. No.
Working cameras, inside or out? No, yes.
No.
Why do you think there were cameras inside the children's room?
It was a baby monitor, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was a baby monitor.
I don't claim to make any assumptions and stuff. You know that.
Yeah. And why only there?
Crazy Horse says, why have a camera pointed right at the boys? Crazy Horse says, just cover the entrances. See, let me tell you all something. Common sense something. I'm not going to, after a child's been murdered in my house, say, people have been breaking into houses in the neighborhood and I don't have a damn alarm system on my house. But I got a nanny cam camera, whichsoever, in the room of the children. In a room that's on the other side of the house. Children not beside me, not sleeping in my room, and they're 4 years old. Not fix the latch on the door so nobody could break into my house. In the same neighborhood where people are breaking into houses and breaking into cars. Have a camera in the said room of a house that don't got proper footage and an alarm. I'm going to say it again. Cry and moan about people breaking in and out of the house, this and that, breaking into neighborhoods, but I don't have an alarm on my house. I don't have an alarm on my house. But people are breaking into houses and cars in my neighborhood, but I don't have an alarm on my house. I don't have the garage door repaired, so somebody won't break into that said door to get into the door to the house. However she worded, stay woke.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't have an email. If you have a link to whatever you want to drop it on my community post. Thank you. Oh my God. My son has one of his 1-year-old's room, walks around with camera thing. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
This is starting to look like something way far out west on the coast. The buffoonery has started. The buffoonery has started. Folks already on the channels talking about Illuminatis and this and that. Damn, give it a rest.
Oh, Lord.
Always somebody chanting about somebody in cloaks and daggers. Why can't you people just accept that folks just evil? People lie, people steal, people defraud, people cover up for other people. It ain't got nothing to do with no groups, no nothing. Folks just evil. Damn. Move on. Golly. Always looking for somebody to blame. You can't just blame the folks that did it. This is a horrible tale. I don't know who all's involved, but to me, in my opinion, it seems fishy with this Darian Brown scenario. I do believe he was a scapegoat, is a scapegoat. It's just a feeling I'm getting. Could I be wrong? Of course. But something is off with this case. And the fact that the articles I have brought you with the source says they cannot understand how she identified Darian Brown, that should tell you that possibly Darian Brown isn't guilty.
Right. And they haven't charged him with murder.
Police and detectives got something else they've seen. And they know the whole truth of the cam footage that we have seen. That maybe what we have seen isn't what we think we are seeing.
What we're seeing, yeah.
Tay says, we are just confirming what Cameron said about the baby monitor. Crazy Horse says, blame the meth, Lord Jesus. Yes, something is off about this case. Yes, save our children, indeed. I'm approaching 2 hours. And Some of you brought up some very good points. Yes, the police haven't charged him speaks volumes. Amen. And that's my point. Why hasn't Darian Brown been charged? It is now, we're approaching what? Day 9. He has not been charged. How hard would it be to charge somebody who blatantly walked into a home 2 times, took a child, killed him, and then came back hours later walking around the house? Because as I tell you, 50 ways to kill a man, 100 ways to get caught. Because you will always forget something. Because as you just said, doorbell cameras are everywhere. People have cameras everywhere. You're going to be seen coming and going by the neighbors.
Right.
Whether there's footage around the house, excuse me, or not. Somebody else has a camera to see you coming and going. You parked your car, you rode a bicycle, a skateboard. You took a baby out. Which direction you walked in with the child, carried the child, bag, tub, tote, whatsoever. You came back, daylight savings time. Woo! It's daylight now. I got a bullseye view of you coming and going.
Right.
With or without a child, duffel bag, backpack. Stay woke.
Yep. In different clothes.
If they believe their stories, they would have never took the other kids to CPS. Ting! Thank you, Crystal Moore. Why are the other children removed out of Miss Monica's custody? Why have her 2 children been removed? It's also suspicious that Monica's last child. Oh, I missed that one. Dang. Children rooms are always close to the parents. Rooms not in the back of the house. Baby monitors are the same as security cameras. Yes, you don't put children's rooms on the other side of the house. Why would you put 2 small children on the other side of the house? And then obviously it's in an area closest to where there's broken doors going to garages and said houses. Makes no sense.
Right.
Makes no sense for anybody. I don't care if you're 50 years old, you're 20. It ain't safe if I'm in a house that's not secured. Doesn't matter what my age is.
That's true. Yes, my baby gonna be right next to me or in the room next to me.
Somebody worrying about somebody, talking about somebody being okay. I'm gonna put a stop to this.
Ooh, what?
I say what I want in my chat, my channel. And when you come in this chat and you don't think before you speak, you're telling on yourself that you're ignorant and stupid. Yeah, I can say that now. You need to think before you speak. That's why I know most people don't follow the story. Because you see, you speak on something that's already been told. Then you get mad when somebody call you out and say, well, that's already been revealed. So what are you talking about? So who are you mad at? Because that's why you should think before you speak. See, as I said, a lot of you just in these people's chats mine other tubers for clout. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. Hiding behind a keyboard. But you're really not invested in the story because you don't think before you speak. And yes, we are all entitled to our opinion. But if you actually follow the story, you'll know what questions to ask and not ask. What to insinuate and not insinuate. You don't really care. A lot of you don't care. You don't care anything about these kids. You're just bored, up late when you should have your ass in a damn bed. How about that?
Wow.
And I've noticed this with social media. A lot of you just bored. Something to do. I'll just jump in this chat. Oh, somebody's going live. Oh, they're talking about that dead kid out there in Dallas. I'll just jump in. You haven't read nothing about Cash Gernon. You don't know anything about who his mother is, his father. You don't know anything. You probably got a notification on your phone, and then you went in YouTube and saw somebody was live, then boom, jump in, and then get mad when somebody's basically telling you, hey, you're not following the story, because if you followed the story, you wouldn't be asking some of these questions that you're asking. Or you'd be saying some of the stuff that you're saying, because you haven't followed the story, because you really don't care. And I can say that. And I watch a lot of your commentary, and I know you don't follow the story. You're just bored. Yeah, well, you know what, Miss Gray? I don't really care about what you're talking about. You're not talking about anything that matters to me. Because I do my homework. Keon Gray. You there, Dee?
Yes, I'm here. I was just listening to you.
Maybe you should ask your mama what's wrong with your name.
Okay. Look, I missed the chat. Look, I didn't went into the comments. I don't even know where it is.
I've let people. I've been on here 2 hours, and people have been talking and saying all types of things. They haven't been blocked. The point is that when you keep repetitively saying something that's already been answered, that lets me know you haven't followed the story. So don't come in my chat telling me about what I don't know. Because
Oh,
I do
okay.
what you don't do. I get up and I go and I read things before I even come on.
Right.
I do my homework. You don't do your homework. You just jumped in the chat. And then you're repeating what your mammy said and saw. That ain't you. And I didn't question your mammy because I don't know your mammy. And ain't said nothing about your mammy. So you obviously must be talking to somebody else in the chat because you're not referring to the queen.
Oops.
It was stated in an interview by the Bow mom that she didn't know her boys were at Monica's house. Yes.
Let's touch on that. I'm glad somebody brought that up. In Monica's she gave an interview to the news reporter stating that last Christmas they tried to FaceTime the mother and she wouldn't FaceTime the kid with the kids for Christmas. But the mother's saying that she'd been looking for her kids. I'm like, what kind of story is that? I said, Monica's putting out quite a bit of stories, isn't she? Now, if the mother knew,
and that's what's crazy is I've always tell you all about that. It's crazy when a person keeps repeating stuff all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have a lot to say. And I tell you all that. You have to be very careful of a person that is eager to give information. There's nothing wrong with being helpful. You're trying to get to the bottom of something. But what I always tell you, always wear the messenger. Always listen to the person doing the most talking, the most revealing. Because as you see with this storyline, the only person that's been giving the most information pertaining to Paul, Dick, Susie, Sally has been Miss Sherrod and her son.
That's right. I was like, wait a minute.
As if nobody else ever existed in the lives of these children.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
As if nobody else existed. Because if you didn't know any better from her commentary, nobody did exist.
But her, the twins, and the daddy. Yep. Yeah, I was like, wow, this whole story, yeah, it's twisted. It's twisted.
Well, and it's sad because this child didn't ask to be here. He didn't choose his parents. He didn't choose that lady to stay with, and he sure as hell didn't choose his death.
No, not at
And I
all.
feel sorry for the other child because now he's lost a brother, and now he's getting ready to go wherever he is because I don't have any verification where a Carter actually is. But nonetheless, it's still sad to be hopping around from place to place as a child.
Right. Right. Yeah, like I said, Dad, you know what? Turn yourself in. They're going to get you anyway. Turn yourself in. What do you think the motive was based upon? What you have learned? I can't figure out a
Horse,
motive.
I have no idea, Crazy Horse. That's
Yeah.
because I have to decide who was actually involved. Is it this mother? Is it her son? Crystal thinks perhaps he was jealous of the smaller children. Oh, I have no idea, honey. No idea. What do you think happened?
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you. I'm gonna ask you this.
Okay.
Do you believe Darryinn killed Cash Gernon?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
Like I
So
say,
when
hey,
you see him on the second video, what do you think was happening in that piece that you saw?
what I gather is he went in to check on this child. He checked on the child.
Okay.
He looked around, and like I said, I could have sworn I heard two voices, and he went on out. He went right on out the room.
See, when I first saw the first video, the channel that I saw it on, there was music playing, but it was, I guess, the music of the channel holder. I didn't hear anybody talking, and that's what I told you all. I didn't hear anybody talking.
Yeah.
They're saying they were hearing him saying something. I said, well, the person who uploaded the video, they had like their own music playing, so I didn't hear any commentary from Darian.
Well, if you go to the Daily Mail, that's where I saw the actual video of part 1 and 2.
Where?
The Daily Mail, UK.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, and it sounded like he said something about sleep, but you can't make out exactly. Well, I couldn't make out all the words he was saying, but you hear two voices.
See, that's what I was saying when that lady dropped the link, and I was trying to listen. But like I tell people, I can't do watch a video and concentrate and do a live. That I like to be in my own private moment to watch a, you know what I mean, a video.
Yes.
I don't want to go live and then try to listen at that and then look at your questions and all that. That's not the way. That's not how you do business.
Right.
But if I was thinking about what you just said, that's what I was thinking at that time. I just said on the live that, am I listening to two different people talk? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I believe it was.
Perhaps he was speaking to somebody or somebody was speaking to him. Because when it said something about go home, she's basically trying to say he's schizophrenic, so he's talking to himself. Well, how do I know that's not somebody else in the room saying you need to go home? I don't know. Because I don't know these people.
It sounded like two different tones of voices.
I read that they found evidence that Cash was attacked on the bike trail and in the woods off the trail. That's why I thought maybe he wandered off the woods. Gene, I don't know anything about that. That's what I'm saying. You're repeating stuff that you heard where? Facebook? I think this case is so hard because of Monica, not Mom B. Where's real mom and dad being, which we now know, video footage sold by Monica D, the substance abuse issue, Monica and fam issues. Yes. See, this is what I try to explain to you all about these types of cases. If you're not hearing from the police, who's dating who like who mad at who jealous, who's envious, bike trails, the woods, you're repeating stuff somebody said on social media. You have not heard the police tell you nothing about a bike trail, the woods, child molestation, who's mad at who don't like who's dating who. You see where I'm going? You're repeating stuff somebody else said. And that's exactly why I said why I don't like getting into he said, she said, because you don't know one who's the originator of the gossip. Now here comes somebody in the chat talking about a bike trail. So now what you want to say? He went out riding a bicycle. What? One of the family members found him dead, brought him back in the house with a dead body in the bed. Are we? Because I just said that earlier. Is that what we're talking about? He was already dead in the bed. They set Darryinn up to go pick up a dead body out the bed.
Whoever picked.
So what? He
Whoever.
took a dead body and dumped it in the street 8 blocks down. How did he do that? That's why I was telling you to think about what you're saying. It's not to be rude, but it's common sense. They already told you where the body was found. They gave you a location where he lived. Then they gave you a suspect of the burglary and the theft, kidnapping. But what they didn't do was say, oh, by the way, this same person, Darian Brown, is also charged with the murder of Cash Gernon. So the rest is left still open.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Wide. Exchange. This case is so hard, man.
There's a bike trail close by. There's a video on a channel. Queen, I dropped the link of the channel on your community page. No, I read it on one of the news stations. I just got a notification, checked it out in video. Sounds like Sherrod is being told what to say on call. 2 voices sound like one whispering, then Sherrod repeating what was whispered. And where is that, Darryinn?
What?
What notification you got that on? Lori says, sorry, I think Darryinn is a scapegoat. Yes, Lori, that's what a lot of us think.
Yeah, I do. By putting him in that video on the second one in that room.
Well, my thing about the bike trail goes back to what I just said. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. What proof do you have that the child was on the trail? What is your point that he was on the trail? Are you trying to say he died on the trail?
Mm-hmm.
What is your point? I don't know how to. Jesus. Oh, man, it's these people.
Who?
What's true, Gene, to research? Who you telling somebody to research something?
Hi, Crystal.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good.
Moonchild says a neighbor interview said they used a street cleaner to do something with a. Jesus Christ. Okay.
From the woods.
Crystal, what do you have to say? And I'm going to check out of here.
So I've been sitting here thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have 2 grandchildren, right? When I'm home, that are with me all the time. They sleep on one side of the house. I sleep on the other side of the house. Okay. And there's 2 beds in there. They share the room, whatever, when they're over. I sleep with one eye open, one eye closed. Okay. One is 6, one will be 8.
Mm-hmm.
I hear every noise. If they're up, getting up to use the bathroom, if they're coughing, I hear it. So I don't see how people continue to make excuses for this that's going on. There's no way. This is just, it's annoying. There's no way. How can you're just gonna sleep through that all the whole time? You're gonna sleep all the noise, everything. You don't feel somebody in the room, or you get what I'm saying? Like I feel it. I can feel if somebody's walking up my stairs, I can hear it. I feel it. I can, like I said, I can hear the kids in there. If they get up, they go use the bathroom. I can hear that. I mean, I just don't see how, if they want to say that this boy did all of this, not once, but twice, came in and nobody noticed that all day long. I just don't get it.
And those dogs didn't bark?
Yeah, and my dog, I got 3 pit bulls in the backyard. They will bark. You come to the front, my dogs are in the back. If you knock on the front door, they're barking. They can hear you when you come up. They hear it. They sense it. They know. They smell.
So you mean to tell me that they got all these dogs and none of them dogs bark? You don't have
dogs
dogs barking at all in the video. You would have heard it. You would have heard it. You don't hear that.
Yep.
Not one dog. Not one. Something's not right. Those dogs knew that person. They knew that. They knew whoever that was. They knew him.
Okay.
I felt the same.
Okay, Deborah says it sounds like he was telling someone that the boys are still asleep. I hear two voices in the second video. Queen, you got some buckets heads in that chat giving me a headache. They giving themselves a headache, honey. Arguing about nothing, trying to tell the queen who she is and all that. This is my playhouse. I've let everybody speak, but just because I don't agree with you, if I'm telling you you saying something that don't make no sense, that's my opinion. You're repeating yourself over and over like you're going to try to make us believe you. So how's it different? I'm supposed to believe what you're saying. Or somebody else is supposed to believe what you're saying, and you getting the attitude. I'm trying to figure out how's it different. If I say I didn't see something, I didn't hear something, that's what I mean. What is it to argue about? Arguing about who's blocking somebody when I hadn't even touched the phone, nothing. These people are ignorant to me. Like I said, they come in with a hidden agenda. Because you got your own opinion and ideas of what you think happened in Dallas, Texas, and you coming in somebody's chat trying to coerce the people in the chat to believe what you think happened. And because they're not ride or dying with you, then all of a sudden they're in their feelings. I'm not in my feelings. Frankly, I don't give a damn because you're not important. The story ain't about you. It's about Cash Gernon. That's who the story is about.
Amen.
Thank you, Darren. That's who the story is about. It's about Cash Gernon, not you. Not what you think and what you know and don't know and what your mammy know and heard and what your mammy and daddy keep up with. Well, good. Since they know so much, maybe they can go help the detectives. And they can come back and tell us what the hell happened at that house. We'll wait. Okay, this is what somebody sent to me. Okay. What's strange to me is when you watch the video of Cash's stepbrother, he has on the same sweatpants as the alleged Darryinn, the supposed alleged killer of Cash Gernon. Yep. I've watched these videos over and over again. It sounds like three people in the next day when Darryinn came back a second time allegedly. I believe Darryinn was set up, but I can't prove anything, so I'm just sharing my theory and what it looks like and what it sounds like. That surveillance looked nothing like Darryinn the night Cash came up missing. Well, I watched your live as long as I could. I'm going to bed, have to work early in the morning. Dear, good night. That does look like Darryinn in the video. Hi, Evie. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. True the F. Simple point. Brown kidnapped Cash. Cash ended up dead in the street. Brown murdered that boy senseless. No other way to put it. Lakeisha says, that's what I thought too about those pants. I have to go back and check that out. I need to go to the Daily Mail and rewatch the video. Because the video that I showed you all, I let you listen to the audio. I wasn't paying attention to everything in the video because I was, looking at the screen and everything. So what do you think about what was said right there, Miss Crystal?
That boy was set up.
Okay.
And I'm riding with it.
Yep.
He was set up. I don't know if anybody's ever watched it's one of them movies, the Good Son. Is that right there?
Ride that good son.
Yeah, because it reminds me of the Good Son. It reminds me of that movie. I'm telling you, because no, it's that at the evil one.
So, Dee Dee, what do you think about what they're saying? This person saying about the clothes and all that. I have to go back and watch that Daily Mail video, the tour. I have to watch the whole thing where I can assess everything, the look, the stand, all that you all been talking about.
Yeah,
I believe because that hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those still videos, and then like I say, those jogger pants, they're very common. Even though camera.
Tay Brooks says, "Oh, they timestamped the videos." I didn't see a timestamp when it was uploaded to YouTube.
And that's something I noticed too. Why wasn't it there?
Miss Carey says she thought of the good son as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now somebody saying he tried to steal a child before, has criminal history. Okay, where's the facts on that, Moonchild? See what I'm saying? Y'all just throwing all kind of stuff out there in the chat.
Yeah.
Bring me a receipt that he tried to steal somebody else's child.
Right, and that doesn't mean off of Facebook because somebody else said it.
Because somebody else said it. Because let's be truthful, most of the stories that you all are repeating or whatever you're repeating, it's from gossip you've heard on Facebook.
Right. Yep.
Affairs. Now you're talking about stealing kids. Okay, we're talking about trails and blood. I haven't heard anything. I will Google when I get out of here of any other updates. But I've Googled for the past couple of days, and even days ago, nothing ever came up that any detective said anything about a trail or blood, or I haven't seen anything. 2 days ago, I hadn't seen anything.
Right.
I read in the Daily Mail that he has a history in that neighborhood of breaking into homes. Yes, we know about that. We've heard about him lurking around and breaking in houses and or stealing stuff. But I haven't heard anything about stealing children. Any cases of stealing children. Any accusations of stealing children. Any arrests for stealing children. Messing with a child. Molesting the child. I haven't heard anything. Cameron said in the interview that they have cameras all over the inside the house. Yes, we heard that. But what we're saying also is, where is the footage? You're going to release a footage of the kids' room. Why not release footage of him breaking in the house, walking through the house, going through the corridors,
leaving the house with the child,
hallway?
Yeah.
I say, and she released that footage, not the police. She did.
I've heard anything about taking another child either. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's jumping in, excuse me, with all these innuendos and he said, she said, bring the queen a receipt. Prayers for Carter. Poor baby lost his brother and playmate. Yes. Hello, Duffcos. Hello, Night Owl.
That's the only ones I'm only riding with the kids. I'm not riding with none of the adults. None of them.
Well, I said it from day one.
He probably breaks his homes on the request of the individual giving him the meth. Wow. So now you're saying Darian Brown is a drug user.
Allegedly. You know, I believe they knew.
Not out.
I think they knew his disability, and they preyed on it.
Yeah.
And they preyed on it.
Yeah.
Night Owl, nobody gets a notification. We've been talking about that for months, baby. Nobody gets a notification. People just happen to be in YouTube and see the queen on, I guess. Voila.
Look, I've been watching my phone all day. Waiting for it.
You a hot mess.
Wait, no, I'm serious. You know,
I thank you. I appreciate that. Videos. Where cash was dropped off, the neighbor across the street has video in plain view. Police have video. And where'd you hear that, Miss Carey? It was like it slipped out on accident after he gave tour home because he didn't show other cameras. Okay. Darren says she got a notification. Okay. Well, a lot of people don't get notifications for my content when it comes on. Yes, the video is very creepy. It's very creepy.
And another thing about her, Monica, her interview, she said, and that came from her mouth, the news, where she was talking about, she was so distraught that she forgot about the cameras and that her son reminded her, we got cameras in the house. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, that'd be the first thing you run to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Talk about, oh, yeah, let me go open this up and see what, who, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. She said she was so distraught that she totally forgot. And then, he reminded her, we have cameras. Like, yeah.
She just got busted right there in front of the
I think it was just how Didi said. They preyed on that boy. because they
Crazy
knew
that
his house.
cameras inside and more than one, they say, but none on the outside. Right, where the people are breaking in your house. You say it's a neighborhood where they're breaking and entering. I'm going to keep saying this for the last time. Why the hell she didn't have an alarm on her house if people have been breaking into the houses and cars?
Right.
Why don't you have a damn alarm on your house? He would have never gotten in had you had an alarm. Team, end the story. The story is BS.
Yep.
It's especially that door where the children were in the room. You would have an alarm on that door for sure.
Fixed. Your door would have been fixed because people are breaking and entering. Bye, Felicia.
Hello.
Since I'm in my feelings.
Yeah. And you know, all that's going on. You're just going to have your kids away from you. You're not going to have them close to you until you get, so okay, say the door is broke. So then that would give you more reason to have your child sleep next to you.
I'm not going to have no broken damn door.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
That's why I keep trying to tell everybody. Stay woke.
Yep.
You can't cry after the fact of somebody being murdered from your house that other people are breaking in houses in the neighborhood. This boy is also linked to breaking into houses and cars or whatever he's been doing allegedly. And you're gonna wait till after somebody that's been taken out your house and found dead to say, oh, by the way, the door was messed up, or this was messed up, or a latch was messed up. Then you weren't concerned about your safety or the safety of your children. Bottom line.
There it is. There.
You can't cry wolf to the fact. Act like you're concerned, and there's now a dead kid who was staying in your house. And you wouldn't even get a damn door, garage fixed, whatever the hell was broke. To this day, we don't even know what was actually broke. Do we have video footage of that? When it broke, cracked, wasn't fixed?
Well, looking at that Cameron's video, where he did his interview, that door was tore up and pieced back together.
Crazy lady said not her kids. Maybe she didn't care. Probably didn't care. I keep telling people, stop judging people on something that come out of their mouth. I love them. I love her. I love you. People say they love people every day, and they're the same ones that put them 6 feet under.
Right?
You sure do.
Motion detector recorder, whatever. Where is the alarm on the house? Where is the footage of him breaking in? Where is the footage of him lurking around? Where is the footage of now you saw somebody was outside a window? Well, where's the footage of that of somebody lurking outside the window? Stay woke. I must keep saying it till y'all get tired of saying it. I'm going to say this till you get tired. Where is the alarm on the house? There ain't one, or he would have never got in. Why didn't you fix the door that you knew was broke? How long was the door broke? See, we can go hour for hour on this. Ain't you to figure it out? Right, Gorilla Glue. Amen. Maybe she need to call homegirl in Louisiana, have a talk with her about that Gorilla Glue. Because we know it works. Smooth child. I don't think they got money. She got money for that meth. She had money to buy meth the past couple years. That heifer got 5 kids. Did you not hear Trump gave y'all some money last year for your children? Don't come to the queen with that nonsense. Also, the garage door opening is loud. How you know that?
Oh, when Cameron was doing his video.
I watched the video to see person outside window. I didn't see it where the curtain is pulled back. Yes, meth first, no security. Yes, you can see a silhouette of someone near the window in the first video, but you have to focus yourself on the window. Glue, glue, gaga. You wrong for that. Now we trying to keep this serious about this baby, Air Force. Stuff that goo goo gaga stuff. Because people they don't know what we talking about. Like, what the hell are they talking about? You don't want to know. Well, now once again, you all are bringing that back up. Somebody thought they saw somebody at the window. Somebody thought they saw the child looking out the window when he woke up that morning. I don't know. I'm just trying not to even focus on any of that because, as I state, who's going to verify it? Now, see, look at Gulf Coast. See, this is why I told you I don't say that stuff. Now, she asking, now, was there somebody in the window? Oh, oh man. This is exactly what I'm saying. You start putting that stuff in the chat. Here comes Cinderella. Well, was somebody in the window? I told y'all about that.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Now, how you going to prove to her that somebody was in the window? Lord have mercy, I'm dead. Where is Pookie? He know everything. He got to come tell us something. Where is the midnight Pookie that ride around all night? He know who was at the window, who came out, where the baby was, who did what. Dang. Jeez.
Queen, don't get mad because you know what? I'm researching. It do look like somebody.
I'm serious. Where is Pookie? Where is Pookie and Ray Ray to say, I seen them. They was out there. They did this. They went over here. Then they went around the side of the building. And, oh, man. Dang.
Oh, Lordy.
Went to the bus stop, stood there for 5 minutes. Then he went over here. He took a bag over here. He knocked on this door. Where he at? Because all these other detectives, I can't stand it. Pookie out with Ray Ray. Well, they somewhere eating some chicken wing. Talking about we ain't got time for this one. Well, we don't know nothing about this one. This is the first time Pookie and Ray Ray was actually somewhere probably asleep. Lord,
yep.
I'm dead.
And before Brown took cash out the bed.
What are you talking about, Air Force? I didn't ask if there was someone in the window. I said it looked like someone was. Oh, I thought you was asking Gulf Coast was somebody in the window. Queen ain't got her glasses on. She tired. I was going to say, Lord, please don't tell me somebody else believe that. Lord, have mercy. That mean these folks was just playing Ring Around the Rosies, I guess. I don't know. These babies had a door leading outside with 5 locks, a couch, heavy furniture, a lifeguard. Seriously, the boy is gone, and you don't check the camera first. It's just all so terribly wrong. Well, I always told you all, when I first saw the room, it was strange to me. Because I said, this room looks like a living room. I said, this looks like a regular door. And it doesn't seem like a whole lot of furniture's in there. There was an armoire right across from where the front door is. And I said, well, where is that door leading? I said, because this isn't a typical child's bedroom or a bedroom for anybody, because it looks like a regular door in that room. And you don't see big doors in bedrooms unless you're in a lavish size house or a big house that's got a big bedroom, like what you call a master suite. It's definitely more to the story, and if not adding up to what was told by that family, it's something. The reason why it would be important if someone is outside the window is possibility of an accomplice. Again, I don't know nothing. Well, Moonchild, are you being cynical? I didn't say you didn't know nothing. I'm just saying a lot of things that people are insinuating has already been told. That's the point I've made.
No, I understand. I want
Okay. Well, Dee Dee, you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah, because I'm almost at 3 hours. This is too long. This is too much. Okay. Thank you, Moonchild. Thank you, Dee Dee.
Look, I'll be looking for you to pop up again soon.
Woo! Satan. He left Cal City and went to damn Dallas, Texas. Did he not? Damn.
He's everywhere.
Yes, true. Rugrats. Too many doors and windows for a toddler room. Amen. And that's what I said when I was looking at the curtains and thought the next day that they had fallen down. I was like, how many windows? This is a lot of windows for a room. It's like a living room. Like I say, it was like a living room. It didn't look like a regular bedroom, but apparently it was where they had the boys for whatever reason. Yes, Gulf Coast, a makeshift bedroom, which I find odd for small children.
Yeah,
They didn't need that much space.
I think it was a garage. Because
Garage.
if you look at the ceiling, you can see where there would be a track to the track for the garage door.
Well, let's talk about this before I get out of here. Because ain't none of y'all done, thought about this either. That's why I said you can go hours dissecting everything that's been said. Who's to say that that big door isn't what leads from the garage, by Felicia?
Which big door?
The door in the children's room.
Oh.
Yep. By the brick wall.
Okay, but what I'm saying is because Miss Sherrod ain't gonna really tell everything. Who's to say that the room that we have just been looking at is the room next to the garage?
Mm-hmm.
Did you follow that?
Yeah.
And what do you think about that?
Yeah.
Because what we have to ask ourselves is this: where does that door go to? By Angela.
Yep. Yep, because it looks like it goes outside. That's for sure.
Cameron did a walkthrough. You can see the rooms, question mark. Okay, Moonchild says my grandparents had one like a mud room. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Who's to say that that room, that infamous room, is the room that's closest to the garage? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And is that going to be revealed?
Because I'm sure trying to look up the house.
Oh my gosh. I had to look at the pictures again because that room was
because that door is a big door. And the first thing I saw was when I saw the room, I said, where does that door go to?
Yeah.
Between the house and the neighbor's house, it's an outside door. It's an outside door of the side of the house, technically behind the garage. I don't understand what she said.
I think that room was a patio, and they built. Seriously, y'all laughing at me.
But it was a garage. Now it's a what did you say it was?
No, I think
a patio.
I think it was the patio. You see wait a minute, hold on, Queen, hold on. You see if you watched Cameron's video,
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, okay. Crystal, if you've seen Cameron's video, that was sliding glass doors, wasn't it? He went through to show the kids' room.
He went through what, baby? A glass sliding door?
Yeah. He walked, See, so that's why I said I think that was the patio. They just built it in. For real, Queen.
I saw the house on a website the other day where it shows all the bedrooms and all that, but I didn't really get a feel of the house where I could say what that room looked like, and I just didn't get a feel like that.
It doesn't have a latch on it, so we use a chain now to lock it up.
I'm looking at Cameron's little video again.
Yeah, everybody's saying it's a glass sliding door.
And I really believe that was the patio next to the garage.
Okay, True says it was a add-on to the outside patio. That's why I said that in the beginning. When I first saw the room with the door, I said, this is a makeshift room is what I called it. Mm-hmm. Room made into a bedroom. Because we already know you can make any room into a bedroom so long as you put a bed in the room. But it just strikes me odd that this woman goes on and on about these kids, yet you've got them on the other side of the house because you never specifically said, oh, they were 2 rooms over from me, or do you understand what I'm saying? Why did you not have these kids next to you? Why didn't you put your other kids in that room? Why didn't you give that room to your older kids? That's
Right.
for one of my older children, not two little bitty spiders that came to stay with me. They need the smallest room. They don't need that much space. They went before.
Mm-hmm.
She had that already made before the kids, probably. We're not saying she added it on. That's not what I'm saying. A makeshift room is basically what it is. It's a room you made into something from something else.
It was probably
what
a
I'm saying
family
is,
room. It changed it to the kids' bedroom.
What I'm saying is, she should have put the kids in a smaller room, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm not saying the room just got added on because of the kids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the kids should have been in a smaller bedroom.
Closer to her.
I didn't think I had to explain that. Oh my God, look at this. Scrapbooking. Honey, I'm dead. I doubt that.
She probably big.
Yeah, and like not on the other side of the house where she could not hear them. Right. It is big, not meant to be as a bedroom, definitely. And an add-on, a great room or TV room. Yes, definitely agree. They should have been closer. Move the older kids back there, especially if there's a door that goes out. Exactly. That's why I said when I first saw the room, I said this room is a makeshift room. Why would children be in a room with a regular door? Because when I saw that room from the view inside of the room, it looked like a living room with a front door. So my first thing was, well, hell, where's the living room at? Yes, and have the little boys close to you. Well, it's neither here nor there now. It's over with. Lori, I don't know. We don't know anything, baby. But see, that's the sad part of this story is that we can go back and forth, bicker. In the end, it doesn't matter now. The child is dead. He was left there by his father, he and his brother. The father took off because of allegedly a charge he acquired beforehand, and he left his children with this woman. Why he had custody, I don't know. How he got custody, I don't know. Why the biological mother didn't have custody, I don't know. Did she actually not engage in the children's lives, not FaceTime the children around Christmas, as Miss Sherrod said? I don't know. In the end, all this he said, she said is coming from Miss Sherrod and her son, Cameron. Don't you find that strange? Don't you find that odd, peculiar? She's the only walkie-talkie in this scenario, in this storyline. She's the only one giving up information of who said what, who's not doing this, who's not doing that. I find that strange, odd, but then not really. Because I also know that usually the people who immerse themselves in the case the most, do the most talking, giving up the most information, usually have something to do with the crime. Could she be innocent? Of course. Could her son be innocent? Of course. Could the other children be innocent? Of course. What do we know? Not very much. Everyone is entitled to his or her opinion, interpretation. But I believe there's more to the story than just Darian Brown taking the child out of that said room. There's something else. There's something missing. There's something odd and off with this case. And the fact that, as I state, the information that I brought you in those said articles, the police is trying to connect Darryinn to Cash. How? Darryinn to Miss Sherrod. How? And also the Grand Poobah. How did she identify Darian Brown? So what you have to ask yourself, why was that written in an article? How is she to identify Darian Brown? Why would the detectives ask that question when she is the one who allegedly said she saw him on the video footage? So why is this in an article that they're trying to figure out how she identified him? Which leads me to think there's more to this story, more than what we've seen in this alleged video account of Darian Brown taking Cash Gernon out of that said house. Because what we don't have is the actual assault of Cash Gernon by Darian Brown, the transporting of the body to the street, and what happened in the hours after the child was disposed in the street.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have all of that. I'm approaching hour 3. I'm going to check out of here. I want to thank the mods. I want to thank you, Dee Dee.
All right, you have a good one.
Joining me. Okay, thank you so much. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you all so much for those of you who joined us. Those of you who behaved during the live, thank you so very much. I will bring you more information as I get it. But as I stated in this live earlier, I did not mean to go this long. Miss Sherrod obviously had or has a drug problem. I brought you that in the beginning of the live. You'll have to go back to get those said information. I show you pictures of her arrest records since dating back 2012. All were possession for drugs, substance abuse, substances, felonies, driving on a suspended license, had a current charge at the time when she got pulled over. I bring you the said information. Her mug shots. She is a known drug user. Was she currently using narcotics while taking care of these children on that fateful day, May 15th? I do not know. Currently using drugs now? I do not know. But she does have a past history of possession of methamphetamine. Drug user, addict. The boyfriend, pillhead. On the run, left his children with her. 2 addicts. Common bond. Birds of a feather. 2 people, drug addicts, raising children, don't need them. Had no business having them. So they can't talk about the baby mama. Pot can't talk about the kettle. What she did, didn't do. You go on the run and leave your kids with a stranger. Your stranger has your kids and now one of them is dead. And they're playing duck, duck, goose, and possum and reindeer games about who knows who and don't know who. And that said person has not been arrested for the murder of Cash Gernon. Stay woke. Why is that? That was the purpose of my video tonight. To bring you the said information pertaining to Miss Sherrod and her frivolous background dealing with drugs. Each charge was drug related. Not good. And also she's the mother of 4 children, allegedly. Then took in 2. Now one's deceased. Father on the run because of a alleged drug charge. Didn't want to pay the piper. Left his kids with her. He had no business having children, raising children. She has no business having children. And now 2 of her children have been taken into the state's custody. Why? You see, there is more to this story. And the fact that the state took 2 of her children is your answer. Stay woke. Yes, child is dead and the father's nowhere to be found. But yet, you all come in my chat and tell me what the hell he said over here, over there, and released a statement. Dollar short, day late. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments on my community post. Thank you all for joining me. When I get more information pertaining to this harrowing story out of Dallas, Texas, I will be back live to bring you more information. And know that everything you hear is not the truth. And sometimes what you see isn't the truth. And sometimes things can be distorted because things can be determined on your viewpoint. Everything isn't as it seems. Good night, Gulf Coast. Good night, Night Owl. Thank you all for joining me. Sometimes what you think you're seeing, you're not. Sometimes what you're hearing is not what you think you are hearing. And we have all made mistakes on what we thought we heard, what we thought we saw, who we thought is involved. Everything isn't the way it's been purported. And perhaps this is that storyline. That perhaps Darian Brown was coerced Perhaps he was lured to a place just to be seen on video surveillance, to be a scapegoat, to be a culprit. Perhaps he is a petty thief. And perhaps that's all he is a petty thief. Perhaps he has mental problems, disabilities. I've not proven what he has. But nonetheless, it is sad to think an 18-year-old boy, young man, however you want to view him, would do this to a 4-year-old child. And perhaps, as I stated, and one of the commenters, Miss Crazy Lady, said, perhaps he has the capacity of a 4-year-old. And he just wanted to play with those children because he is of like mind. What is the truth? Who killed Cash Gernon? Are there other cohorts, co-conspirators in the death, murder, Cash Gernon? Was Darian Brown framed, lured to be on video as the kidnapper? Where is the footage of him breaking and entering? Where is the evidence of him allegedly killing this child? It has been said there's tissue paper, blood, and a knife left Miss Sherrod's house. Who did it? Who put it there? Who left it there? Where was Cash Gernon murdered? See, you don't have all that. That's why I kept trying to tell you, stay woke. Because there's a reason that Mr. Brown has not been arrested. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you guys later.